fall football, something Texas is well known for, which kind of goes hand in hand with another Texas-sized tradition, homecoming.
Oh, yes.
It's just bigger and better here in the Lone Star State.
Reporter Savannah Hale with our sister station in Tyler shows us one mum maker is making a big name for herself in our state, and she does it all for the love of the craft.
Homecoming, I think, is unlike anything, and in Texas, is unlike anything anywhere else.
According to Dr. Alan Lefevre, director of the Texas Baptist Historical Collection in Waco, it's bigger in Texas because the idea of a homecoming was created in Texas.
At the time, in 1909, no one else had ever done this before. So we are, and this has been verified by the Smithsonian, the Baylor homecoming is the oldest homecoming in America.
It's a tradition that has now spread across the United States. However, one thing remains setting Texas apart: homecoming mums. It's not confirmed that wearing mums to celebrate homecoming originated in Texas, but they were first photographed at Baylor homecoming in 1936.
But that's where it was spotted, right there at Baylor, and that green and gold just shining. It was so pretty.
Amber Rogers, who lives in Tyler, has a love for homecoming mums that started years ago.
I've been making mums since I was very small. My grandmother taught me. But professionally, I've been making mums for 3 years.
Rogers used to live in Georgia, and even then she was spreading the Texas tradition.
I lived in Atlanta for almost 8 years. So it was interesting that they didn't know what homecoming mums were, and that was interesting to me, and I was like, okay, well, let me show you. And that year I made everyone in the class a mum and a garter, and it was just a really cool experience, and they're keeping the tradition alive.
Long days, late nights, thousands of yards of ribbon and staples come together each time to create a unique and one-of-a-kind mum. And even though each is different, there's one thing about them that Rogers says will never change.
That feeling that I know that it's a memory. We call them mummeries, and they really are.
I have a mummery.
Oh, your wallet has a mummery from
It was
buying one
this
of those.
big. It was like a double mum. It was ridiculous.
I had a mum, and it's kind of like, it's a mum.
See, non-Texans are
I'm
like,
not from
what?
Texas. This is like kind of, I mean, I've heard, when I moved here, I heard about them, but it's kind of all new to me.
You didn't do it on the East Coast, right?
No, not at all.
Grace will have to get you a mum.
Let's get her.
You'll have to wear it all.
She'll get a mummery.
Let's
give
have
her.
a KVUE homecoming.
There you go.
Yes.
Who's going to ask me?
You can have your own mummery.